Now, y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. So let's get into it. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scatter by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, okay? And we are here to talk about Kandi Burruss and Nene leaks. But you know what happens when we do this. We always talk about other things besides the main topic at hand. So, yes, Kandi Burruss and Nene leaks is the big story that we're talking about today. But we also have some other things to discuss as well, okay? Now, you guys already know that my 30K subscribers video came out last night, and I am very grateful for that. It was so much fun, and it was just so much love in the air. I just want to send some special shout outs to everybody that appeared, from Miss Misha to the Brooke Ashley to Aaron Wiles Out to TTB to Really BTV, L Teddy 27, Ebby Reviews, Jamar 84, Giving You the Real Tea, Josiah's World TV, Maddie Rants, Gigi with the Juice, Simply Sakina, Jamie That's Me, Nisi Dixon, and Jay Lee. I hope I didn't forget anybody, but it was a lot of my close knit YouTube colleagues. I very much so appreciate you guys. Oh, and Mims. Mims also showed up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for coming up. I really appreciate all of you guys, and y'all just really showed me that I'm most definitely loved in these streets. I really do appreciate all of the love that you guys sent my way. I really do appreciate it, for real, for real. Like, it feels so good to just be, noticed, and just, people telling me how long they've been watching my videos and just being so nice and just congratulating me all together. It's really a beautiful thing when people congratulate you on your works and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to you guys, okay? Most definitely a shout out to y'all. So without any further ado, we're about to get on into it. About to get right on into it, okay? So, you already know what time it is. It is time for us to get what? Messy. It's about time for us to get messy up in this bitch. Y'all already know what it is. You already know what it's giving, okay? Y'all already know that already. So, when we do yes for the mess, we're being messy, but in a very lighthearted way. Like, we're not trying to get no shit going, but we're definitely trying to let it be known what the tea really is. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. So, without any further ado, let's get messy. Okay, let's get messy. Let's get messy. Let's get messy. So we're gonna start off with the very first story, which is Brianna Latrice from Growing Up Hip Hop, LA, the original one. That's what this is. So it's basically Growing Up Hip Hop. That's what this is. So as you guys already know, on the previous episode of Growing Up Hip Hop, Brianna Latrice was dating Peppa's nephew. But now Brianna Latrice is calling out Peppa's nephew. So apparently there's no love lost and they're no longer together at this point. So we got an article here from the urbanbillmag.com where it talks about Brianna Latrice calling out Peppa's nephew Chris and where they stand today. So we're about to get into this article. I'm going to read it, dissect it, and we're going to move on to the next topic. So let's get right on into it. Brianna's so pretty. Let's talk about it. So the article states, Growing Up Hip Hop star Brianna Latrice had a nasty fallout with Egypt Chris after Brianna and TT became very critical of Sam Wright. Egypt was over it, so she became distant, and her relationships with both women began to sour. However, the last straw for Egypt and Brianna was when Egypt assaulted Brianna while they were filming the show. Egypt would later say that she only did so because she felt like Brianna was about to hit her, so she was just defending herself. Regardless, the situation only made things tense between Brianna and Peppa. Brianna didn't appreciate it when Peppa said that Brianna had it coming, and Egypt was right because she only stood up for herself. And on the recent episode, Brianna revealed that she was dating Peppa's nephew, Chris. Since Brianna isn't on the best of terms with Egypt and Peppa, she wasn't so sure of how this would work. However, Peppa was open-minded and she was willing to let past situations go and move forward with Brianna so things wouldn't be awkward. Well, it seems as if Brianna and Chris's romance has fizzled out. After the recent episode aired, Brianna took to social media to make it clear that it's over, and she also made some serious accusations. Brianna Latrice and Pepper's nephew Chris hit it off from their very first meeting. In fact, Brianna was so ready to get deeper into the romance that she had a conversation with Pepper. But they fell out after Egypt Chris assaulted Brianna while they were filming the show. So Brianna was concerned that this would only lead to more drama. However, Pepper remained open-minded. Interestingly enough, the relationship is over. So recently on Instagram Live, Brianna told her followers to stop asking about Chris. She said, "Let me stop all of you before you get started. I was so happy for you and that guy." Brianna continued, "That's great. He's probably our RAPIST. We are not together. I don't want to be with him. If you bring me up, I will probably curse at you. Period. He's not allowed to be anywhere near me. I will press charges if he harasses me or shows up somewhere he wasn't effing invited." In another video, Brianna said more. He said, "For all I know, you get drunk and pass out, and you let all kinds of niggas F. You be letting niggas sleep at your house." She added, "On the couch, bruh. Like, what do you mean? So I'ma just let my friends be homeless and unsafe while when they're out of town? That's crazy to me because they're men. I've never slept with them niggas before in my life." Brianna also alleged that Chris allegedly made alarming comments at her. "I can't take you serious, So he's like, "I'm just saying, when you was drunk in the hotel, I could take advantage of you, but I didn't because I was being cool." She continued, "You want applause for not being a R in that moment?" Okay, so there's some audio here that I'm going to play for you guys where she calls him out. Okay, my Bluetooth speaker is right here. I got it set up. So, hey Brandon, what you got? Oh my God, hold on, you guys. Let me let these ads get the fuck on because I hate ads. I really do. Okay, here we go. "Let me stop all of you before you get started. I was so happy for you and that guy. That's great. He's probably, yes, we are not together. I don't want to be with him ever. If you bring him up, I will absolutely curse at you. Period. He's not allowed to be anywhere near me. I will press charges if he harasses me or shows up somewhere invited." Oye. So basically, here she's pulling out receipts about her text messages. She was like, "I don't know why you're sending me anything after last night. You know what? You're right. You literally accused me of messing around, made references multiple times, and then you proceeded to get absolutely an aggressive." I don't know what that means, but it's scratched out. So basically, she was just posting receipts, basically sharing stuff in so many words. And here she is again. But she didn't say anything else. That's all I gotta say about this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So Brianna and Chris are no longer. Sorry, Josiah. Brianna and Chris are no longer together, and I must say that I'm very disappointed because I really was happy for Brianna, and I really thought that she found somebody that was in sync with her. I really thought that she found somebody that really got her, but apparently he was not the one. And a lot of people were so quick to point the finger at Brianna, talking about how she can't keep a man and she can't do this and she can't do that. And I'm just like, y'all, what if it's the man's fault? Did you ever think about that? What if that's the man's fault? What if it's not absolutely her fault? What if it's the man's fault in this situation? That's all I'm trying to say about it. You know what I mean? Like, this is really all I'm trying to say. Period. It could be the man's fault. It really could. It could be the man's fault. Honestly, it could be. So, it is what it is. But Brianna put him on blast, and anytime somebody keep on talking, making a reference to taking advantage of you, then that means that's something that they really want to do. So that was kind of weird anyway for him to want to do that. But if Brianna broke up with him, it must be for good reason. That's all I gotta say about that. But I really liked them together at first. They really seemed to really match each other's fly and each other's all of that. Just they match energy, so to speak. That's what I feel like. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next one, and that is Trevor Noah. Okay, Trevor Noah is the next story, and Trevor Noah pretty much reacts to Kanye West's behavior, and He basically had an opinion just like D.L. Hughley did. So I got this article from the jasminebrand.com where it talks about such things, and we're going to get into it. So it says, it looks like Trevor Noah is the latest celebrity to speak out on the Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, and Pete Davidson saga. During Tuesday's episode of The Daily Show, Trevor Noah spoke candidly about the Chicago rapper's contentious divorce from Kim Kardashian and his public attacks on her and her new boyfriend, Pete Davidson. The talk show host describes it as a story that more people should pay attention to over time. Kanye has become more and more belligerent in how he tries to get Kim back. The comedian brought up several examples. He described as troublesome behavior, including Kanye's music video for "Easy," in which a claymation resembling Pete Davidson was buried neck deep, then decapitated. Noah says, "I do understand that art can be therapy. Do understand that, but I also understand that therapy can be therapy." Trevor Noah compared Kanye's situation to Kim to his own experience as a child witnessing his mother being abused. He mentioned people thought his mother Patricia was overreacting before his stepfather shot her in the head. You may not feel sorry for Kim because she's rich and famous, but what she's going through is terrifying to watch, and it shines a spotlight on what so many women go through when they choose to leave. What we're seeing here is one of the most powerful, one of the most richest women in the world, unable to get her ex to stop texting her, to stop chasing after her, to stop harassing her. Okay, so here's an article here, and we're going to play that. Okay, so not an article, an audio. I'm sorry. So let's get into it, honey. Let's get into it.
One of the strangest things to try and wrap your head around, I find, especially in America, is when a story stops only applying to the not the industry that it's in, but sort of like the sector that it's in, and when it starts affecting everybody or speaking to everybody. You know what I mean by that is there are some stories that are purely like entertainment. It's tabloid. It is what it is. There's some stories that are only sports. There are some stories that are only in the world of fight. But then there are some stories that I feel transcend everything and then speak to larger conversations. And I honestly think the Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Pete Davidson situation is turning into that. It started very much in the land of tabloid, but I feel it's creeping and has crept into a world that more people should pay attention to, but not for the reason that you may think. You know, for those who don't know, Kim Kardashian was married to Kanye West. If you don't know that, I really envy your life. I want to know how you roll and how you avoid all these things. But they were married, they got divorced. And over time, Kanye has become more and more belligerent in how he tries to get Kim back. Like when it started, it was some would say romantic. Oh, I want you back, and here are roses, and this is my dream. And some people are like, oh, okay, it makes sense. You're trying to win somebody back. We understand that. But over time, it's become more and more belligerent. And one of the most extreme examples was Kanye West putting out a music video, where in the music video, he, like, it's a claymation music video, I should say. He chops off Pete Davidson's head. And I mean, we all understand the subject. Like, I wish this guy was dead, is what Kanye's saying. Now, Kanye, you know what I mean? To be fair, Kanye says, no, this is just art. I don't actually want to hurt him. This is just art. Don't judge my art. But here's the thing. First of all, just like from a rap perspective, I was sad that now like rappers, like claymation and rap beefs are a weird combination. It's pretty hard, in my opinion, to be gangster with claymation because you have to do like one frame at a time, you know? I do understand that art can be therapy. I honestly do understand that, right? But I also understand that therapy can be therapy. Do you know what I mean? And what's weird about the situation is Kanye West has told us that he struggles with his mental health. So I get it. You want to have art as therapy. But here's what's weird that Kanye doesn't understand is like what we're seeing is it makes you uncomfortable, man, because here's the thing. Eminem was Eminem from the beginning. I'm gonna kill my ex-wife. But it was his shtick, and we knew it was his shtick. He wasn't that person. With Kanye, we don't know how to feel. We don't know how to worry. And I think Kanye doesn't seem to understand that. He goes, well, leave me to create my art. Yeah, but Kanye, you told us you have problems. Now, when we worry about that, you say we shouldn't worry because it's not problems or it is problems. Which is it? It puts society in a precarious position. And the reason I say that is because of his harassment of Kim, which I know is crazy to say, Because there's a lot of people go like, Kim Kardashian, she loves publicity, she loves celebrity, she loves all of this, she does the Kardashians, this is her life, this is her thing. Yeah, and I get it. But there's also an element of a woman saying to her ex, hey, please leave me alone. You know what I mean? Please leave me alone. And so like this story keeps on escalating. You've got Kanye West, who's harassing Kim Kardashian. And then you've got Pete Davidson, who's now embroiled in the whole thing. And the story escalated to a new level when now Pete Davidson leaked texts that he sent back and forth with Kanye. He sent a selfie to Kanye West, and Kanye said, "Where are you?" And he said, "I'm in your wife's bed." Funny, right? And we also don't, because I mean, we don't know what the person's doing. We know what he's implying. But because of the pandemic, in your bed could mean anything. Like my bed used to be a place for sleep and sex. Now it's also like my living room / meeting area. So in your bed could mean anything. But we get what Pete was going with, right? We get what Pete was going with. Going, I'm in bed with your wife. Then after that, there's a whole bunch of texts where he says, hey, listen, Kanye, let's talk as men. Let me help you with your mental health. I've also got mental health issues. It was actually, that part of the message was really beautiful. But I'm sorry, guys, to start a message with, I'm in bed with your wife, and then go like, let me help you with your mental health. Yeah, now you've added to the mental health of the person that you're trying to help them with. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit like roasting somebody while you're giving them CPR. And now this thing, it's spun into a story that seems fully tabloid, but I think deserves a little more awareness from the general public. It's because it touches on something that is more sensitive and more serious than people would like to admit. I know everyone thinks it's a big marketing stunt. Oh, look at the coincidence. Kim is launching a new show, etc. Two things can be true. Kim likes publicity. Kim is also being harassed. Those things can be happening at the same time. Because I'll be honest with you, what I see from this situation, I see a woman who wants to live her life without being harassed by an ex-boyfriend or an ex-husband or an ex-anything. You may not feel sorry for Kim, because she's rich and famous, because of the way she dresses, because she appropriates Black culture, because she tells women they're lazy, because she broke the internet and then didn't put it back together, whatever, you hate her, whatever. But what she's going through is terrifying to watch, and it shines a spotlight on what so many women go through when they choose to leave. People always say that phrase to women. They go like, why didn't you leave? Oh, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you leave? Yeah, because a lot of women realize when they do leave, the guy will get even crazier. And when I say crazy, I don't mean mental health crazy. I'm like, it's you understand what I mean. You know what I mean. The point is that Kim Kardashian and countless other women, they find themselves in a terrible position, because asking Kanye to stop clearly isn't helping. But at the same time, he hasn't broken any laws, so can she get him arrested? No, I don't think so. Would she even want to? I mean, she spends half her time helping Black people come out of jail, so now she can't be throwing Kanye West in. It's a bit of a paradox. But still, she's being harassed. And I get it. Society's like, haha, you deserve it. This is funny. This is that. And I get it also from Kanye's side. In like the parts of Kanye, there's parts I understand. I understand Kanye saying, I don't want my daughter on TikTok. I agree with that part of what he's saying. I'm not involved in other people's relationships, though. I think that's a separate issue. What we're seeing, though, is one of the most powerful, one of the richest women in the world, unable to get her ex to stop texting her, to stop chasing after her, to stop harassing her. Just think about that for a moment. Think about how powerful Kim Kardashian is. And she can't get that to happen. I grew up my whole life in an abusive household, right? Most of my life, let's say from the age of 9 to 16. One of the things I found most interesting was how often people told my mom that she was overreacting. What I found interesting was how many times people told my mom to calm down, people told my family to calm down, everyone, and everyone had different reasons. Oh, I remember once we went to the police station and they said to my mom, oh, but did you talk back? Is that why you're here? Oh, but what did you say to him? It's all these questions, I remember seeing this as a child, by the way. You see this as a child, and you see a world where women are questioned for what is happening to them, as opposed to people questioning what is happening to them.
And he also said, as a society, we have to ask ourselves questions. Do we wish to stand by and watch a car crash when we thought we saw it coming? Or do we want to say, hey, slow down, let's put our hazards on because there's a storm right now? It appears that Kanye West caught wind of Trevor's remarks and it wasn't too fond of it. On Wednesday, the junior rapper made an Instagram post where he shared images of Noah and captioned a post with a racial slur against against the South African native. I'm sorry. Okay, together now, together now. So basically, let me see. Yeah. So that's basically what led to him being banned off Instagram. Kanye just need to leave well enough alone and just stop it because it's just crazy to me. So basically, what you just heard Trevor just say is pretty much what is basically his response to Kanye West's behavior and why he's doing what he's doing. It is kind of sad. But we're gonna move on to the next thing, and the next thing is these two trashy motherfuckers right here, and that is Joseline and Ballistic. Now, as you guys already know, for the past 2 days, we've been discussing Joseline and Ballistic's behavior during the taping of the Joseline's Cabaret reunion. Okay, and now Zeus, them, the girl Amber Ali, she's filing a lawsuit against them, and Zeus already came out with a press release, and now Dave come out with a statement saying, "We are deeply saddened by the accusations made against our family at the Joseline's Cabaret reunion. We would like to thank our fans for their continued support. Joseline is the mother of a 5-year-old girl and would never take any action to jeopardize her family, but she did. Joseline's Cabaret was created on the foundation of female empowerment, please. One of our program's core values is supporting women, not breaking them down, but that's exactly what the fuck this show does. While we support Zeus Network and his message in condemning bullying, unprovoked violence, and the men attacking women, we strongly disagree with a correlation between these themes and the events that took place last night. There is footage of the events, and we are confident that our position is made obvious. In a time where social media narratives easily get misconstrued, we believe our family's response is being silent by the facilitated deletion of both Joseline's Instagram and Facebook accounts. Child, this was such a weak ass statement, and we already knew that Joseline and Ballistic didn't make it, but y'all need to stop it. Oh, we don't want to tear women down. That's all Joseline's Cabaret is. Like everything that they said in that statement was very contradicting, and I don't really give a fuck enough to even keep talking about it. So Amber Ali, the girl that they attacked, she came out with a statement too, basically saying, we are very saddened about the events that occurred during the taping of Joseline's Cabaret reunion show yesterday. The acts that occurred were horrific, unacceptable, and far removed from any notion of female empowerment. It is neither permissible or entertaining to be the subject of intentional acts of violence, irrespective of the gender and perpetuator committing these acts. The network should ensure the safety and security of its cast members, which warrants the degree of care necessary to prevent serious bodily harm or injury. The extent of our client's injuries and distress are to be taken seriously, and we intend to address and advocate on her behalf. Okay, I am so embarrassed, mortified, and depressed. I can't stop replaying the moments in my head over and over again. Ballistic should be arrested. He and Joseline attacked me in front of cameras, crew, and production, and guests. This is wrong, and I just want justice. And please reach out to my attorneys with my questions. That was Amber Ali. Now, what I want to say is she's talking about Joseline's Cabaret was built on the foundation of female empowerment, but this show is anything but female empowerment. All it ever does is bring everybody down. And she wanted to blame social media and make it a narrative that's misconstrued. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's a trashy ass show, and that's just what it is. So next up is Kandi and Nene. Now, Kandi did an interview on a podcast, and the lady asked her about Nene, and Kandi let it rip, okay? And I'm very happy about that. So I know my boy just House of Aaron made a video about this earlier tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and make mine as well. So let's get into this. Let's get into this audio, child. My bad.
Have you talked to Nene at all?
No.
Oh, because I see.
No. Why?
No, I didn't know if she tried to congratulate you on the show.
Girl, you know she didn't do that. You know she didn't do that. If anything, it's the exact opposite. I don't even understand what be going on with Nene for real. Like, but I mean,
but why don't you like what really like?
I don't know what her problem is with me. You know, like seriously, I've seen her say all kind of stuff. Like she was, she called me this right here pissed me the off. Oh wait, can you say that?
Yeah, go do you?
Yeah, that shit pissed me the off when she was she said somewhere, call me a coon or something. Like what? Like that right there, that's when I was like, okay.
But how can you even what?
How?
A black woman calling another black woman that?
How? I don't know whatever is going on with the situation with the network. I you know, that's to me.
Did you ask her? Did you ask her
what?
Because that's so far
for
crazy.
What?
Like why would you say that type of thing?
If we don't communicate, and those are the type of things that you put out in the atmosphere, well, I need to waste my time talking to you anymore. That's just how I feel about it. But at the end of the day,
But what would you in your right mind though? Like why would you even go there? I don't even understand. What did you make her? What did you do?
I didn't do nothing to her, and that's the crazy thing. Like I think she was having her own issues with the network, right? And that was very public or whatever. But I don't know if because I have a better relationship with them, she had negative things to say about me, like took that negative energy towards me. And I'm like, you know, I see things that her fans say, like they act as if I stopped her opportunity or something, like, or like, you know, like I see them say stuff like, oh, you know, like me having a show, like that should have been her show. Why does me having a show do mean anything against her? Like she could still have her own thing and I can have my own thing. Like me doing what I do is not blocking any of your blessings. Like whatever you got going on, that's what you got going on. I ain't told nobody to stop nothing for her. So I don't know why she gives me the energy as if I done tried to stop something that she got going on. And I'm like, I am not that powerful. Even though I know some people try to put it out there like I maybe possibly have that type of power. I've never stopped nothing, tried to stop nothing that she got going on. So I don't know why her and her peoples be coming at me with all that mess. I normally don't even address it. Like realistically, I think that's the only time publicly I've even talked about that. But it's annoying. It's annoying, especially when you say things like using the term towards me, because if nothing else, I was like, realistically, I'm the only one out of them that even still lives in a majority Black community.
Have you talked to Nene?
All right, I'm about to get back on the screen now, child. All right, so that was the interview with Kandi and this lady on her podcast. Now, I'm going to say this and then we're going to close this thing out. It is all facts. I believe every fucking word that Kandi is saying. And me and Aaron I was in Aaron's chat while he was live, and I definitely agree with everything that he said. Nene just needs to shut the fuck up, and so does her fans, okay? I'm just going to say that because a lot of y'all are mad because Kandi spoke on this, but yet Nene can go on the AT Alien. She can go here, she can go there, she can do this, she can do that. She can speak on all these different platforms, but yet can't nobody go on one platform and say anything about her. Now, Kandi ain't said nothing to Nene publicly for all this time when Nene has been out here calling her Candy Cruise and all this other stupid shit, calling her a house person and all this, a house ninja and all this other stuff. Kandi ain't responded to that now one damn time. But the one time Kandi is asked a question about it and she responds, now your Ray B fans want to be mad. I don't understand Nene fans. They think that Nene can bring her oxtail looking ass out and say whatever the fuck she want to say about people, and then nobody has a right to respond to the bullshit that she say. She always do this. She always throwing pebbles out there, and when somebody call her out about the pebble she throwing, she get defensive and say, well, I didn't say your name. I didn't say your name. You didn't have to say your name, you subliminal ass bitch. Everybody knows who the fuck you talking about. Okay, so let's stop it with the fuck shit. I don't know what's going on. Nene fans are bitter. They are so mad that Nene, Portia, and Phaedra are no longer on that show. So they mad at anybody that stays there. And I think that's really ridiculous. And it's partially why they ain't watching Kandi show, because they want her to fail pretty much. That's what they want. They want her to fail. And it's just crazy to me. So just like Kandi said, me get my own show ain't detrimental to you and what you got going on. Just because I got my own show, that mean you can't get your own show. Just because I'm doing something don't mean you can't do it. It doesn't mean that at all. So what are you saying? You know what I mean? But Nene is the type of person that want to get mad and want to be mad at somebody. Nene is also the type of person that throw rocks and hide her hand. The same thing she said Kandi do. She say shit about folks on social media. Then she turn around and say that she didn't say it. Then she go on all these interview runs, this press tour of interviews, and say whatever she want to say about everybody. But as soon as somebody responds to that ass, then she get mad, and then her fans want to attack. Everybody talking about why the fuck she still talking about Nene? What the fuck she still talking about Nene for? She ain't talking about Nene in over a year. This woman just asked her about Nene today, and y'all want to get upset about it. Fuck out of here. Nene been speaking on her for months now, and she ain't said nothing back to her ass. So I'm glad that Kandi finally addressed this shit, period. Because all these other bloggers and shit, they just been running Kandi through the ground and all this other stuff. But it is what it is. I'm glad that she spoke her mind on this situation, because Nene is full of shit. She's bitter, and she been mad at Kandi from the moment she stepped her ass on the field, period. So I don't care what nobody got to say about that. What's real is what's real. And what's real is Nene got a jealous spirit about her. Like, she got this bitter ass spirit about her that's really ridiculous to me. And I can't fuck with it. Like, that's why I don't really care for Nene like that, because she's always with the fuck shit all the time. But with that being said, y'all, let's get into the promotions of what's to come on Scotty by Nature TV. Wrong one. And the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be here in May, and it will feature Scotty by Nature TV, giving you the real tea, Josiah's World TV, Yakratis, Really Be TV, Simply Sakina, and Brandy Chanel. The influence will feature Reggie Artis, as well as some of our childhood friends. Who Was Wrong is a great cast. I've already filmed 2 episodes of Who Was Wrong already, and I should be filming the 3rd Friday night. And child, listen, I cannot wait to get all 10 episodes filmed, most definitely. Also, Boys Night Out is coming back for a brand new episode this week. It's going to have to be either Friday or Saturday is one of them. But when we have our production meeting on Tuesday, we'll figure this thing out, okay? So, yes, indeed, Boys Night Out will be back this week, okay? At the same time, probably. But if not, you guys already know we're going to figure that out. So be on the lookout for that. And Roasted Review is also back. We did our 2nd episode on Terrence's channel. The 3rd episode will be on my platform, okay? And because Josiah won't be able to do it this week, so it's going to be on my platform. So be on the lookout for that. We will be covering Love and Marriage Huntsville, as well as Kandi and the Gang. So be ready to see Roasted Review this Wednesday. And with that being said, be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video. Click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And also, if you want to follow me on social media, my Twitter, my IG will be down below. But if you want me to follow you back on IG, all you gotta do is hit me up in the inbox with the hashtag Mentions Team Scotty. And with that being said, you guys, your boys out of here. Until my next video, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace out.